In prison, I ran a pod-wide Jeopardy game, and I got the idea from when I was in the hole. Because back in the hole, there was nothing to do. There was no TV, depending on what status you were on, you weren't allowed electronics, sometimes you weren't even allowed books. So people would have to get really creative, including the guy who used to sing every night. He would come to the door and everyone would be quiet. Guys would stand there, they'd sit with their back against the door and just listen to him sing for an hour or 2 hours. Other times it would be guys who had reference books checked out from the library. They were on a status where they were allowed to have books, or they would have family members send in Jeopardy questions. They'd read out questions and everybody who was playing would write their answers down on a piece of paper. Then you'd have a bunch of different cells with different answers. You'd have to figure out a way to get to the question asker. Sometimes they'd let a trustee out, or sometimes you had a cool CO, but a lot of times we had to fish things all the way across the pod. And guys got so good at fishing back there, they could throw something off the top tier, make it land in front of the cell on the bottom tier, get that person to fish it in, put their answer in the cup, and then pull it back up. So after that, it was a whole lot easier to do Jeopardy in a general population pod. Because I put out a sign-up sheet, and the first time I only had 3 or 4 people show up, like not that many people were interested, but when we started playing, when they set up a table in front of me and we started asking questions, the whole pod got involved. Because once I started asking questions and people started raising their hands and shouting and getting all excited, the top tier filled up, and then the bottom tier filled up, and then the tables filled up, and everybody was yelling and whispering in everybody's ear, and everybody was into it because it was a communal activity. Everybody wants to be a part of a community. And I was grateful to be able to facilitate that, and that's what I'm hoping to find tonight at Trivia.